Ooh, damn. Hey, Linda. Oh, I'm still walking around. Yep. Got tired of that mop. Hey, William, how you doing? Mel W. Good evening. Ooh, that's not good, Linda. I think you gave it to me, William. Are you gonna try to do something with it? Hello, Lillian. Yeah, I just had a really long, rough day. I laid down about 8 o'clock. I just woke up about 12:30. I thought I'd stay up for a little bit. Am I seeing things or? They coming out, huh? Yeah, it's warming up enough. Well, did the puppy make it? You know, dog. I've known several people had dogs that fight them rattlers and they get bit all over the face. Seem like they make it with that. They get hit in the side or something. Well, they don't do too good. That's the only thing I worry about Rocky, because he's just inquisitive as hell about everything. Am I going nuts? I didn't see cruising come in. Sure you're in the right chat, Lillian. Oh, we've got them here. You just don't see them very often. As many people there was in Quartzsite this year, Snake wouldn't have a chance. I was watching somebody on the YouTube and they're flying a drone over Quartzsite. God almighty, there was a ton of people there still this year. Yeah, I had to get something hot to drink. I'm having more trouble with them this year than I have since I've been in my RV. I got to be pretty careful about putting poison out because Rocky might try to eat one after he died. That's a crazy little old dog. Oh, I got that crud. I feel better than I did. There for a couple of days, I was feeling pretty rough. It mainly just stopped up now. I'm real chipper, but I just worked on a computer all day long. I'd got some viruses in the computer and all kind of junk. $500 later, we'll get it back to working. Well, I haven't been out of the house at one time. I went out and fed the peckerheads and come back in. When I'm sick, I sleep. I'm just like a bear, I hibernate. I know a lot of people don't like them, but that neti pot was a lifesaver for me. Lillian, the only thing that I'm having trouble with, I guess my head's so damn stopped up, my ears must be messed up. My damn balance ain't worth a crud. I sure am glad I live in an RV. That way, if you start wobbling around, you got something to grab onto. Just a regular 8 foot, but then it's got a slide on it. And I've changed it up a whole lot. I jerked it had a Murphy bed in it, and I took that out, redid it. And then I hate these dinettes and the RVs. I took it out and built a desk and some stuff. My inner ear is what's causing that. It's cheap drunk, really. I'd never buy a RV that had a dinette in it, or, a booth type seat. Again, not a new one. It'd have a table and chairs in it. Lord, that's a lot more room than one. Okay, have a good night, William. I'm not going to stay on there too long. I got a travel trailer. I'm not much on motorhomes, Linda. I've owned a couple of them. That travel trailer, I can drop and park it. Everybody got different needs on these RVs. There you go, Linda. You got to make them like you want them. I mean, what's comfortable to you? My favorite camper is a cabo on pickup. But with this bad knee now, I done figured out that don't work good climbing up and down into that bunk. Well, I'm gonna have one for sale before long. I've got it sitting on a half-ton Silverado, and I got air shocks on this Silverado, and they don't squat it a bit. Yeah, sometimes you got to work on them. I got a design for a trailer that I can't buy one like I want. I may wind up build one. And that's all mine is. Well, it's a 6'4", I think. This cab over, um, I put the tailgate down, and it comes out to the end of the tailgate. So it's 7 foot, something like that. Hey, Diane, how you feeling? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm all right, Lillian. I'm on the way now. Feels much better than I did a couple of days ago. That's not funny. I got just what you need, Linda. I've got a cab over that you watch this channel, you'll see I built one. It's the third one I built. But it's just a shell right now, but it's a full cab over. It's sort of a blank slate. I already got the jacks on it and everything. And make somebody a nice rig that want to stay real light. I'm fixing to sell both of those because just getting up and down in that bed is not work for me anymore. Maybe it's time for you to crash, Diane. Watch my channel in the next week or two. You'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, well, I've got a whole deal of videos and pictures of me building it. I'm gonna put it on here. You just woke up? Yeah. I don't get on there too much though. There you go. Well, I got my computer straightened out today. Tomorrow, maybe I'll go in and check and see if I lost any of the pictures or videos that I had set up. Well, have you got any, Diane, to make one? I just talking about that shake. I just realized I got some ice cream in the deep freeze. Hmm. Mm-mm. Got to make a run to the store tomorrow. I feel like I've been swimming. I got fluid behind that one ear. You like that protein? I never did get hooked on that stuff. I had buddies of mine that got off into that fitness training and muscle building and all that kind of stuff. They lived on that junk. Hey, T, how you doing, girl? I haven't seen you in a while. I need a protein shake that'll make my belly go down. Getting out of balance. I ain't got no butt anyway. And this last couple of years sitting around in front of this computer and icebox within reach. Damn, been putting the weight on back up to about, I don't know, about 235 now. T, how you doing? What is that? I don't even know what you're talking about, Linda. I don't know how it would be because I'm getting older, but used to, I could sit around and sort of get out of shape. And I could start working hard or hit a gym in about 3 days. I'd start building back up. Oh, I'm done fine, T. Still kicking. Hope your dad's doing all right. I know that keeps you busy. I think the only way that you make it where food wasn't so damn convenient. That's my problem. Oh, that's great, T. I'm glad to hear that. That caregiving can get to be a long deal. I did that for about 5 years. I tell you, my worst two deals are soft drinks and chips. Lord, I go through a ton of chips. But about 2008, somewhere in that neighborhood, I lost my sense of taste and smell. Well, now I find out that food's got a crunch. It for it to satisfy me. I don't know. That don't make sense, but it sure changes up how you eat. Yeah, it is too. After my wife got down, well, that was 24/7 for about 5 years. That's like fish. I like fish, but about it's got to be fried. It's got to be crunchy. Only thing I can eat fish wise that doesn't have to be fried is shrimp. Now I eat shrimp cocktail, but it's sort of chewy. Take my hat off to you, T. I guess one of the things I'll always remember about my wife, she'd been down for about 3 years, and one day I come walking in there, and she's sitting there just looking at me. I said, "What are you looking at me like that for?" She said, said, "You're a hell of a man." I said, "What are you talking about?" And she said, most people would just get up and walk out on a deal like this. I said, "You stay right here and don't never fuss or raise hands about it or anything else." I said, "Well, hell, you do the same thing. But I've seen people do that where somebody gets sick and they just walk off. Not much of a person, though. Yeah, it does. I can't eat too much shellfish. It's sort of not really bad or allergic to it. Yeah, and I don't know about that. But she was a character, sort of. One day I was talking to her and I told her, I said, we need to get some of this stuff marked where you want it to go. And I said, if something happened to both of us, them kids being a hell of a mess with all this junk. If something happened to you, I'm gonna be in a mess. And same thing if something happened to me. And she got a little shit eating grin on her face and looked at me and said, I ain't gonna be here, so I don't really give a damn. You horse's butt. I've cussed her many a time after straightening all this stuff up. Yeah, that's what you need to do that more often too. You need to come on in here and relax a little bit with this crazy bunch. I'll be right back. Yeah, it's a friendly bunch of folks. And I ain't no telling what in the world come up. Yeah, she was something else. I can take wood or steel, and I can build just about anything. That's all I did all my life. And she could, she was a world class artist, and so we made a good pair. We sold a lot of stuff on eBay and stuff like that, where I'd build something. I ran across something the other day that I need to put one of them in my trailer. We got to taking horseshoes. I had a friend of mine that shoot horses, and I'd put a backing on them horseshoes and a leather thong where you can hang it, and she'd go in there and paint a little scene on the inside of that horseshoe, windmill or a horse, or Yeah, we sold the living hell out of them things. They turned out neat. There's just some sorry ass people in this old world. You know, it's funny. I'm about as easy going like on here as you can get and laid back. And I got people that don't like me worth damn on here. Sound like you had one that wasn't worth a damn. Hey, Moon. But I guess I'm sort of funny. If you like me, well, I'm glad. I appreciate it. If you don't, I'm glad and I appreciate it. I can't control what other people like or say. And I'm too damn old and contrary to worry about it. I tell you what, everybody got to be tough, Linda. Tell you what, if I start getting down and feeling sorry for myself, all I got to do is go to this VA up here and walk through it. I can walk through there and I come out there feeling pretty good. Diane, I was cracking up today. We were working on a computer. Some of y'all don't know my computer picked up some viruses and got all jacked up. But anyway, I got a friend of mine up in New Jersey that is a guru on them things. And we spent about 8 hours today on my computer finally getting it straightened out. Maybe a little longer than that. And when we got through, well, I let him in my computer and he was inside my computer working, watching the mouse move and all that, you know. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. He said, "You ought to do this." I said, "Man, you crazy. I don't know enough about these damn computers to be working on one like you do." He said, "It's not that complicated." I thought to myself, I don't think I would do well doing that. I was wore out after we got through working on that thing. You made up your mind if you're going to work for YouTube or not, Diane? Well, you spend the time on here already, but it would be work. You'd have to be on here. I don't think I could do a job where I sit behind a desk. I have got pretty bad about it. If the weather's nasty, I don't get out any much. Yeah, that's a compliment. I think we're supposed to be up in the 80s tomorrow. It getting to be my kind of weather when it's like that. Now I'm having to go back in trying to figure out passwords on programs I've been in for years. I need to look. I may be off. Today's what, Monday? What, Tuesday? Y'all hang on a minute. I'm going to look at that weather. Well, come on, computer. Yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to be 74 and 65. And then Wednesday, 83 and 57. Thursday, 83. Friday, 81. I was in the high 70s and 80s for the next 10 days. Yeah, love it. You have a good night, T. Come back and see us. Don't be a stranger. Hey, get up. Oh, I'm still kicking. Just ain't kicking quite as high as I was. Yeah, I went and checked on them peckerheads. I'll go ahead and checked on them all day. And this t-shirt is still nippy. Kenneth, you been doing all right? I ain't gonna pipe much up there. 80 degrees just getting where I like it. Excuse me. Mm. Looks like we might have some rain tomorrow, but it's been crazy this year. Texas has been warmer than Arizona has. Yeah, it jumped on my hand. That's the meanest little turkey. And we got one of them babies that's like 3 weeks old. That's the meanest little bird I ever seen. He's the one that jumped on Rocky. I still can't believe Rocky let him get by with that. What we're talking about on Little Red, there's one of them quails. He's 3 weeks old. And the other day he got out. Rocky come in there, and I got on Rocky about fooling with him. And Rocky sort of lay down and looked at that quail. That quail just come walking up to him, walked right up and got in his face, and pecked him right on the end of the nose and turned around and walked off. Okay, Linda, you have a good one. Yeah, I was the one that pecked Rocky's nose. Rocky just blinked. That's all he did. Yeah, it ain't gonna be too much longer. I'm gonna crash too. It's about 2:30 here. See if I can lay back down and go back to sleep. I bet I can. I hope you have a good night, Linda. Dang, I didn't realize there were 12 people in here. Last time I looked at it, about 4 or 5. Yeah, I'll come on up and jump in and say something. Ain't nobody in here bite, or if they do, they don't bite hard. We got in here one night, and there were 3 of us talking, and there were like 35 people in the room. I was like, dang, somebody say something. Kenneth, you still in here? I went in a room here the other night after I got off here, and there were like 5 people up on the panel, and nobody saying a word. I sat in there for about 5 minutes, and I don't think there was 3 words said the whole time. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I guess Amber and Scott got home today. When I was on earlier, I saw James. He said they had a nice time on that cruise. Glad James and his wife had a good time. I guess I'm funny. And back when I was younger, I was about 20, I guess. Went on a couple cruises. Now, I'll take going on the mountains. I love getting up in there, but not much of a saltwater nut anymore. I don't believe they want to talk to us. I was talking to Wayne the other day. He said, I come in your room a lot. And I said, how come you don't ever say anything? Yeah, well, I haven't watched any videos or anything the last couple of days. I can catch up tomorrow, maybe if it rains. I got tickled. I've been on 3 or 4 channels since we were cutting up about the bullfrog. What do you call it? Lady bullfrog. I've seen that come up on on 4 or 5 channels now. So somebody must be listening to it. Yeah, I'd seen him a couple times. I commented on some of his videos. What, does he live in an RV or does he just go down there and get an apartment, Diane? Do you know? What are you talking about? Oh, on the frog? Yeah. I don't even know what made me think about that day. I'm surprised somebody hadn't filed a lawsuit on that. He mistreating them women frogs. Okay, I thought he was in an apartment. I used to go down in Mexico quite a bit, but I don't care much about going down there anymore. Crazy she got down there. Yeah, they can't vote. They ain't even got a name. That sound like chiclets. Yeah, I noticed Paula said she wasn't going to do her Saturday Night Lives anymore. Maybe she got her abode someplace. Yeah, I'd be just about like them snowbirds. I'd be like a duck. I'd be headed south when it got cold. That's what you said. Said you're going to do one during the week sometime. I think I saw that on the community tab. I'm going to go in and do some work on my channel. I'm going to start setting up, uh, as I start posting these videos, and I'm going to start setting up some of the playlists. Yeah, that's right. Well, working like she is, I'm sure if she wants to do anything on the weekend, well, she got to make something happen in she either got to not do it or do the live. Now, but I'm gonna try to, instead of having 2 or 3 channels on some of this stuff, I'm just gonna try to do everything on one channel and have a playlist that I'll add it to after a couple of days. See how that works out. Yeah, this thing's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be a job. It can get to be that way. There for a while, I was getting burnt out in it. Now maybe everybody come in here and just get put to sleep, huh? Yeah, it take a little while to build it up. I'm gonna have to go through and find some of those, uh, like the tall tales. I think I've got 1 or 2 on there on that, and then uh, I don't remember what we that life story deal. Need to set one up for it. Then I need to set one up for the motorcycle stuff. What's that? Oh, you talking about being tied down, obligated? Yeah, I may have to get you to help me find some of those. Yeah, I I think I can put probably at least 5, maybe six playlists up. Yeah, you think it might get tough if your back was bothering you and you were on the pain pills and working? Excuse me. Darn. Me and that neti pot got a date when I get off of here. Oh, well, hopefully I'll get a new look on my channel. I still think I might do that intro I was telling you about. Yeah. I'll put one up there to go to sleep with Ron Darrell. Say hum. Well, it reached it's to the point that I want to learn some more stuff on it. So I'll probably be picking your head pretty heavy. I tell you one that has really done well in a hurry, and that's Mo Bang. He's his channel has sure done well. A lot of people say it does. Oh, here we go. Hello, Turning Gun. Well, your mom's probably right. I have been known to be a bad influence. Well, that's one thing about it. I damn sure ain't pretty, that's for sure. I sure was glad I was born a man instead of a woman. Damn, I'd make an ugly woman. How you doing, Turney? Where you from, buddy? You from Ladies? Well, we all from Ladies. Great state of Wyoming. Well, I tell you what, that is a pretty state, but that's a cold son of a buck in the wintertime. That's one state I've never hunted in. I've always wanted to. I put in a couple times for antelope tags up there, but never had drawn one. Oh, we all welcome in here. The other day when I was feeding this bed, I called Daryl. Most of y'all in here, there's 7 people in here now, but they, my name's Ron, and my hunting and fishing partner is named Daryl, and that was the only way I could get both names in there. Yeah, did I did for a long time. I think it's still the biggest one that's registered, but here in about another month, it'll be time to go to hunting them big boys again. At the end of this month, it's damn near the end of this month now, isn't it? I got one on bow fishing very much anymore. We 200-pounder on the end of a line, that gives you a little kick. It reminds me, I need to go pick one of my guns up. I bought one of those. Uh, you talking about Kenny? I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. I really get a kick of taking other people doing that, spotting the fish for them, and I usually lay a bow and arrow down where I can get to it up on that front deck and run a trolling motor. And if I reach for a bow, it's a big one, you know. Okay, William. But I picked a little old 22 Hornet up single shot. That's a sweet shooting little gun. I used to be pretty fair with one of them old bows. I haven't shot one in several years now, mount to anything. Next time I go to Cabela's, I need to pick me a bow glove up too. It reminds me. I get a kick out of taking people. Do you know, turning I took in and had a, I was out in Washington, and I had a fishing trip booked for sturgeon. And somebody got sick or something. I don't know if the guy got sick or what, but anyway, it got canceled out. Yeah, that's one I'd like to try. This thing gets huge. I don't care about keeping one. I just like to catch one. I'd like to make a trip sometime in the next year or so. Take that RV and or a small trailer and go up and go up north. And catch a pike and a sturgeon and uh, muskie, a walleye. I just like to catch those fish. I never have caught them. Everybody I've talked to said that walleye is a good eating fish. I think that'd be a good way to spend the summer, just traveling around fishing different places in the state. Yeah, it's been a long time ago. You know, that's something that I was looking at. I never have eaten any smoked fish. I'm gonna try that one of these days. Or catch a batch of fish and try dehydrating it and smoking it. I need to build a little smoker. I don't need a real big one, but my dad had a built a smoker out of these old style ice boxes. Had a metal liner on the inside and not plastic like they are now. And he'd cut the bottom out of the refrigerator part and down where the compressor was, put a hot plate and a pan with chips on it, cedar, not cedar, but pecan or mesquite, hickory or something. Mm. Him and my mom were both deer hunters. Me and my sister, he'd, he'd put them deer ribs in there. And basically, he was smoking, but he'd dehydrate them. Hello, Janice from Oz. How you doing, girl? And them things get done. Me and my sister fight over them things. Smoked salmon. Hmm. You ever smoke any of your own fish turning, or you just buying them? I know they make fish jerky and chicken jerky and everything in the world. I make some good deer jerky. Hmm. You ever make a video on doing any of that turning? Oh, ouch. Yeah, you don't lip any damn saltwater fish, that's for sure. You can get by with that one mostly freshwater, but them saltwater, don't put nothing to bleed in their mouth. I took a kid fishing one night. He was a big old kid. He was like 6'5" and probably weighed 300 pounds. And I put him on about a 200-pound gator gar. Anyway, we got that fish up in that shallow water and getting ready to turn him loose. And he took a rope and hooked on that fish's nose and was trying to open his mouth up. Wow. Yeah, you make a video of that. I would really be interested in watching it, Tony. But he kept on. I kept telling him, boy, you better get your hand away from that gator's mouth. And he didn't do it. And directly that gator flipped his head and bit right through the palm of his hand. And it took a crowbar to make that stupid thing turn loose of him. He was shaking that old 300-pound boy around. Every time he'd flop his head, that old boy just flied. But I never did have to tell him to keep his hands away from her head. Two 250, 300-pound fish got a lot of power. A lot of people don't realize pecan wood is really good for barbecuing and smoking. You got your own built smoker turning, or was it the factory one? Yeah, they can hurt you. I was hunting down in the hill country in Texas one day, and I just backed up and sat down against a tree. And I was pretty close to a barbed wire fence, and well, it was a sheep fence that had the squares at the bottom and the wire at the top. And I heard something, boom, and I noticed every once in a while that damn fence, that wire would go to singing a little bit. So when I got through hunting, I got up, walked down that fence line. Well, sure enough, there was a little old 6-point buck, young buck, had jumped that fence. Well, when he jumped it, he'd caught his back legs in that wire and it had twisted, and he was hanging there upside down, but his legs weren't broke. Most of the time, it break their legs when they do that. And so I set my rifle down and got a stick and got over there, and he wasn't moving. He just laying there, soiled up, had his eyes closed. I finally got that stick in that wire and untwisted it and threw him across that fence, and he hit the ground and come up fighting. And luckily, he had some points, and I reached and grabbed that rack, and they cut you all to pieces with them little front hooks. And I just keep shoving his head in the damn dirt every time he tried to kick. We went round and round. I don't know how long, but long enough I was not wanting no more of it. And finally, I got him up close to that fence again and hooked his horns in that fence and got away from him. But when he come off that fence, he was still wanting to fight. I had done backed up and picked my rifle up. I was fixing to stretch him out if he didn't back off. Finally, he went on. But you'd have thought he was half dead before I flipped him out of that fence. I don't know if we'll ever get around to it, but me and that buddy of mine, Daryl, picked up a grain bin, and it's one that's about 6 or 7 foot across and about 6 foot tall, and it got a big funnel on the bottom of it. And we're going to take that thing, flip it upside down, and make a smoker out of it. No, he wasn't sleeping. He was hung up in that fence. Rocky's having a nightmare. They'll do that when they're hurting and they get trapped. They'll just settle up. Yeah, that's been a nightmare because he was crying. funniest things I ever saw was an old cowboy that was on that same lease with us. There's one area way back in the back corner of that place, several thousand acres. He brought his horse down there with him, and he'd ride back in there and tie the horse off and then go hunt. Well, one day he got back in there and there was a pretty nice buck, and he roped that buck off that horse. Now that was not a good thing. Lord help, that deer tore that horse up. Hell, I never got that rope off that deer. Well, folks, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I think it's time for me to get off here. Janice, you so quiet. You must still be asleep. We'll go till we get an hour and a half in, but that's not but about 8 or 10 more minutes. Be ready to go back and take a nap, won't you? What time is it? I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't hunt anymore if it wasn't the fact that I enjoy the venison, and I love the venison jerky. Yeah, we're at 3:05 here, William. And I had I went to sleep 7 something, woke up at 12 something, so I got about a 4 hour nap. Oh, well, it's not a bad time of the day then, is it, Janice? Good night, Mr. Moon. You have a great one now. Yeah, I've heard of that. Uh, there's an old boy here that makes bacon out of beef. Of course, I like the bad part of the bacon, the the pork fat. It's what makes that bacon taste good. Yeah, I tell you what, since I've been sick, I ain't felt like getting on there and then having all that crap with this computer. And, but hopefully we got that set up. Well, I've had some reasons for doing it that way. One, I was sort of wanting to see what kind of, if coming on earlier, why not, Janet? You used to do that when you were partying all the time. You ever make any pemmican turning? I made a batch of that stuff up. And I sort of like that. I can sleep in my daytime twice as good as I can at night, Janet. I can lay down in the daytime and just turn the lights out more. Oh, well, it's about that time. I hope y'all all have the rest of the night. Have a good one and y'all get some good sleep. I'm going to get out of here and find that neti pot, and then I'm fixing to stretch it back out. That pemmican, I put a lot of fruit in it, and I was surprised. I took one day, and that's all I ate. I had some ship biscuits and that pemmican, and man, I was full. I just can't get used to that Hope bus, and I'm still looking for Victoria. All right, y'all all have a good night. I'm gonna get off here and see if I can't stretch it out and get a little bit more sleep. Appreciate y'all coming in.